All right, for this video, I want to give you my 3 favorite core exercises that aren't planks or sit-ups, okay? So I really don't like doing just straight up core exercises like those planks, sit-ups, or I don't know, there's a whole bunch of other ones that are just like straight up, strict core exercises. I'd much rather, for sake of time, work my core exercises in with other exercises, sort of full body type things that I know I have to have a strong core in order to do the form correctly. So it's basically an exercise that if you're doing the form well with some weight, I know I'm getting some core engagement anyway, okay? So the first one I like to do is actually a single arm press in a tall kneel position. This is one of my favorite. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get down on one knee like this. You want to have one leg in front, one leg behind. You're in a narrow base of support, right? I don't want the leg out here. It's too much stability. Make the base of support narrow. And then what I want you to do is think about, as you bring this weight up in order to press it, I want you to think about doing what we call closing the bowls, meaning if you think of your diaphragm as a bowl up here and your pelvis as a bowl down here, I don't want you in a rib flare position, meaning like arched out like this with your ribs open. I want your ribs closed a little bit, which shows that you're using your core, right? So in order to maintain like a nice stable base of support to do this narrow base overhead press, you need to basically lock in your stomach, right? Not real hard, just enough to create some tension there that you're keeping a nice stable base in order to do an overhead press. Obviously, you're using a little more weight than I am just for demonstration, but just going up and down like this, keeping this nice and solid is a great way to work your core while doing an overhead press motion, okay? So that's the first one. And just remember that concept, right? Don't have rib flare. Keep everything just in line and stable. You'll be getting a core contraction here, creating this nice stable base of support while you go up and down. Another one that I like to do, and you can do this with a variety of different exercises. You can do it with lunges. You could do it with split squats. You could do it even just with regular squats. Is take like either a sandbag or a medicine ball like this and hold it up high, put it on one shoulder, balance it up there, okay? And let's say we're doing lunges, okay? It would be the example today. If I'm going forward and back like this and I'm using good form, right? And what I mean by good form is maintaining a nice straight posture. And I'm not wobbling aside. So let's say bad form would be like, if I was like, oh, you know, like it was pulling me off to the side, that shows I'm not maintaining good integrity of my core, meaning just keeping this nice and stable. So without weight, right, without any weight, like doing a nice lunge, keeping this upright, not leaning forward, being nice and straight here, that's good form. So we take that, add some weight off to the side, and then do the same thing. And if you're able to maintain the same form, but with some weight off to the side, then you're working your core indirectly while doing this leg exercise, okay? So you could do this, again, with just like regular squats. You could do it with Bulgarian split squats. I don't know, you could do it even with like cassock squats, a whole bunch of different things. Any basically leg exercise that you're doing with a weight off to one side, typically, while maintaining good form, in order to maintain that good form, you'll have to have a good core contraction and you'll be working your core. So give that some thought, but that's a 16-pound, which is pretty light. Our 40-pound is really big, but 40 pounds would be a better weight, just in a little more compact size. But that's another great way to kind of indirectly work your core while doing some other exercises. Okay, let's take next the farmer's carry, okay? So this is one that I use in rehab quite a bit and as an indirect way to work somebody's core. So what's interesting about the farmer's carry is, again, to do the farmer's carry well, you have to maintain a nice straight posture. So if the weight, and this is best shown from the side, right? If the weight is, if you're not able to maintain this, right? You see how if I let my stomach go, basically, like I go back into my spine like that, right? Like I'm having to use my stomach and my back a little bit to maintain this straight posture. Same thing forward, right? If my back breaks, then I'm bending forward, right? So if I was walking like this, I'm not using my core effectively. Like the weight's too heavy for me to do the farmer's carry correctly, right? So the farmer's carry is that you have to maintain that nice straight posture while you do this nice slow walk, okay? And so this is another great one of ways that I basically help people work their core without a lot of bending and extending, where they have a weight that's hard enough that they can keep that posture, right? They're not able, oh, they're not that way, oh, they're not that way, oh, they're just right in the middle, and then they're able to walk, head up, nice, perfect posture. So the farmer's carry, that's another great one that I like for, I mean, the farmer's carry, you could do a dissertation on the farmer's carry, right? Like, meaning there's so many benefits to that and just how it makes you strong having to be able to carry load like that. But if you think about it as a core exercise, meaning as long as you're able to keep everything nice and straight as you walk slowly, putting the weight through your body, that's how I think of it, like I need to feel the weight into my feet, then that's how you know you're doing it correctly, okay? So if you're tired of doing some planks and sit-ups or other just traditional core exercises, but you wanna make sure you're getting some core activity in your workout in general, these were just sort of examples of ways you can do that, but there's a ton of ways you can do it. I just wanted to show you a couple ways that I've thought of, and these are a couple of my favorite ways. So do some of these the next time you exercises, the next time you do a workout, and just know you're getting your core along with everything else at the same time. So if you have any questions, comment below. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.